It gives me great pleasure to bring up the next speaker, someone that I know very well, and I wanted the honor of introducing him. All the way from Austin, Texas, 26 years in the healthcare tech industry, commercial strategy consultant. He also works with VC firms, startups, and hospitals. Once again, all the way from Austin, Texas, please give it up for Craig Ingram!
Well, welcome everybody. It is really, really important to understand why we're here. We all think we know why we're here, but at the same time, doubts creep in. What does having to be here have to do with Superman or Superwoman? It actually has everything to do with it. You are Superman and Superwoman in your company. You're part of the C-suite, you're a founder, you're an entrepreneur. You are leading the way of all your processes, whether it's commercial strategy, whether it is operations, HR, it doesn't matter. But what is the one thing that has to do with Superman or Superwoman losing their power? It's kryptonite. As you are in your business as Superman or Superwoman, we need to identify the kryptonite in your business. The kryptonite is the very thing that derails your company. It can derail your employees, your processes, and ultimately your customer strategy of high levels of customer adoption. So let's identify and define kryptonite in our company and business. It is the deficiencies and gaps preventing high levels of either commercialization, HR, operations, manufacturing, whatever that might be, effectiveness that is leading to unpleasant and low amounts of customer adoption and market share. Feel free to take pictures of these slides because you will use them on Monday morning when you are back in your company. Kryptonite killer number one, not knowing or understanding the 10 components of commercialization and how it relates to creating high levels of customer attraction and adoption. I'm going to focus on commercialization or commercial strategy because that is the very thing that attracts high levels of customer adoption. But you could even substitute some of the information and things that I just said a second ago. All these things will actually cause your company to become anemic. Is your company sick? Here are the 10 components of commercialization. This is not taught in MBA programs. This is not taught in undergrad. This is not even taught in major Fortune 100, 500, and 1,000 companies. Because people think that product development, production has nothing to do with commercialization, but it does. Kryptonite killer number two, allowing office politics or corporate politics to infiltrate your operational and commercial decisions. Think about examples of how this has actually hurt the companies you've been part of in the past. Kryptonite killer number three, hiring personnel based on industry or sector background, not skill set. If they're not masters of their craft, you don't want them. You guys might remember I talked about effective hiring a few years ago, and it still stands even more today. Kryptonite killer number four. Adam talked about this the other day, trying to scale too soon. If the business is not working small, it most likely will not work when it's large, no matter how much investment funding has been given. Kryptonite killer number 5. Not creating a company culture where the employees can't wait to come to work. Sunday night, how your employees feel about coming to work Monday morning is the absolute litmus test of how effective your culture is. Kryptonite killer number 6. Not hiring an outside expert or authority to create and develop a multi-page, living, editable, customized commercialization strategy, tactical, and implementation plan. I'm not going to ask you to raise your hand because the overwhelming vast majority of companies, whether public or private, do not have a multi-page commercialization plan that fits within their business plan. If you're trying to get from Chicago to Houston and you're driving, don't you need to know where the rest areas are? The gas stations? What if you get a flat tire? What if your car breaks down? Where are the restaurants? It's no different in business and in a company to know where you're going at each step of the way. We now have identified just a few of the kryptonite killers that will literally hurt your business. And most likely, in each one of the 10 components of commercialization, there's probably between 2 and 4 deficiencies in each one of those 10. In order to take action, you have to locate, uncover, identify, diagnose, eradicate, and ultimately replace the kryptonite in your business. If you do that, you won't have moderate success. You'll have mega success. Thank you.